Good day everyone, I'm Archels Montoya, second year college, and for this presentation, I'm going to discuss the importance of biography to national history. Let's proceed to our learning objectives, which are first, discuss significance of biography and creation of national history. Second, present a definition of a hero. Third, describe public acceptance of a hero. To give you an overview on what special points we are going to tackle, here are them. First, we are going to tackle biography and its roles. How is it different to autobiography? Second, biography and national history. How are the persons having biographies have a role in development of a nation? Third, the recognition of heroes and great men and women. Last but not least, definition of a hero. Without further ado, let's proceed to our first point, biography and its roles. What do you notice about the images? You're right, they are great individuals named Albert Einstein, Mother Teresa, and Mahatma Gandhi. Then, what are their relation for today's topic? Well, it's not them who have the relation, but the essence that they are great individuals who have accomplished many things that affected the world to become a better place is the essence. That only translates that they are individuals who are always subject for biographies. Yes, biography is the study of life of a person and his achievements. It becomes historically important when it is about a significant individual whose life influenced society. The purpose of biography is to inform the readers about the journey of that certain individual and how he managed to contribute to the betterment of his community. These biographies of great men and women are written to enlighten and inspire others. These are exemplar peoples whose lives were endorsed for emulation. And of course, it is supported by documentations coming from primary and secondary sources. Primary sources are sought to be a stronger evidence than secondary one. It is supported by documentations because biographies without it are subject to distortions and can be altered. Now let's proceed to our next slide. What can you notice about the two pictures? Yes, you're right. These are political propagandas. In the left side is VP Leni Robredo, and it is an example of good use of biography because it advertises Leni about her good achievements. On the other hand, the right side is former Senator Bongbong Marcos, and it is an example of bad use of biography because in the image it is informing people about Bongbong having no degree coming from Oxford, which is false because he does have one. And now, one form of biography is autobiography. It is an account of a person's life written by that person. One of its merits is that it is written based on first-person experience, which means that he motivates or inspires people and the community with the person's inspiring stories. However, it is not a foolproof sources because they tend to be self-serving and egoistic. Like me, if I write about myself, I may point out all my good achievements without telling my bad ones. Now, the author may try to embellish their achievements or hide and justify their faults. Proceed to our next topic, which is biography and national history. Putting biographies in the context of national history, this will discuss the role of a person in the development of a nation into national history. Why? Biographies will tell readers and explain to them how these certain individuals help, what is or are his roles and contributions during that specific time. Maybe you're wondering why. Why do we need to know their role and specific contributions? Because it will boost our patriotistic spirit and it will push us to emulate these individuals. Also, it will provide us understanding about the person's actions and decisions. Why do we need to understand them? For us to learn why they perform these actions and decisions. For us to realize that we should act the same if ever we face similar circumstances. In addition, to appreciate what they have done for us, to have things they do not have or they do not experience in their times. For example, is Rizal's action and decisions. His journey took place when the people remained under an oppressive regime. During the oppressive regime, Rizal and his contemporaries spearheaded the fight for freedom and they awakened the nationalism of the people. In this point of time, they have an impact and influence to the people. They have awakened the sleeping spirit of nationalism of the people. They are the eye-opener for Filipino to voice out their concern and fight for their freedom. That narrative will put to his biographies and it will inspire, especially students like me, to never be deafened by the professor, by the oppressor rather, but rather fight and do what should be done. Biographies who are part of national history and vital to its development are the biographies of prime movers such as leaders, heroes, and villains in the story. In the Philippines, the prime examples are Jose Rizal, Andres Bonifacio, and Emilio Aguinaldo. Now let's proceed to recognition of heroes. Yes, individuals who have played in the development of the nation state, they are given special and unique honor of being called heroes and great men and women. People give due recognition in the form of declaring special holidays. For example, Andres Bonifacio, November 30, his birthday, and Rizal Day, or Jose Rizal, his death rate, December 30, death date. Also naming places, pictures, and currencies, and stamps. Name of streets, places, business, and children's name, like what happened for some Indonesians and Malaysians, naming their child after Jose Rizal. Of course, we have the Bonifacio Monument, the Rizal Park, and etc. Now, people acclamation. It is where people show admiration and adoration for great individuals and heroes. It is a spontaneous process. It begins with the people knowing and understanding the virtues and achievements of that particular person. It is not the government who tells a certain individual a hero, or it is not for them to decide, but it is for the people. It is for the people to recognize heroes, not the government. Let's proceed to the definition of a hero according to National Historical Commission of the Philippines. No law, executive order, or proclamation has been enacted or issued officially proclaiming any Filipino figures as a national hero. However, because of their significant roles in the process of nation building and contributions to history, there were laws enacted and proclamations issued honoring these heroes. Even Jose Rizal, considered as the greatest among the Filipino heroes, was not explicitly proclaimed as a national hero. The position he now holds in Philippine history is a tribute to the continued veneration or acclamation of the people in recognition of his contribution to the significant social transformations that took place in our country. Now, for the next slide, criteria for national heroes according also to National Historical Commission of the Philippines. Now, number one, heroes are those who have a concept of nation and thereafter aspire and struggle for the nation's freedom. Our own struggle for freedom was begun by Bonifacio and finished by Aguinaldo, the latter formally declaring the revolution's success. In reality, however, a revolution has no end. Revolutions are only the beginning. One cannot aspire to be free only to sink back into bondage. Number two, heroes are those who define and contribute to a system or life of freedom and order for a nation. Freedom without order will only lead to anarchy. Thereafter, heroes are those who make the nation's constitutions and laws, such as Mabini and Recto. To the latter, constitutions are only the beginning, for it is the people living under the constitution that truly constitute a nation. Now, number three, heroes are those who contribute to the quality of life and destiny of a nation. Number four, a hero is a part of people's expression, but the process of people's internalization of a hero's life and works takes time. Like what I've said earlier, it is a spontaneous process. People's acclamation is a spontaneous process, with the young forming a part of the internalization. Number five, a hero thinks of the future, especially the future generations. They do things for now, but it will benefit future generations. Now, number six, the choice of a hero involves not only the recounting of an episode or events in history, but of the entire process that made this particular person a hero. Now, that's it. Thank you, everyone. I hope you have learned something today. Goodbye.